Welcome back everybody to the channel, and in today's episode we're going to be doing a little something different. So to start, you saw I actually have an intro now, and I custom made that, and it's just some of my diamonds that I got throughout 2020 that I liked, and I thought it would be nice if I start putting intros into the video. And then the second thing is I'm talking in the video, so you know something's probably up. But as you saw from the title, I am doing a large tour, and another thing I had to say about it is today, June 1st, marks my very first year of doing YouTube. So I created my channel back in 2018, but I didn't post my first video until June 1st of 2019, and it has officially been 1 year since that day. So I have gained 72 subscribers and have over 6,600 views, and I would like to thank every one of you for the subscribes, the likes, and you know, just everything. I really appreciate it. It takes a lot, and you know, I'm just very thankful. I'm still trying to get out some new videos, so like for example, we have the new True Rack Red Deer, and I'm also keeping my word, and I'm doing the Hunt with Subscribers. If you want to be a part of that, drop your username into the thing and say, hey, I want to be in it. There's only one thing about it: you have to be on PlayStation, so just remember that, and you can apply to be on one of my videos. Along with that, I have been trying to get new content out. It's been a little hard, but I'll eventually get some new stuff out. So I'd like to thank you all, and let's get into the video. Okay everybody, so as I had said, we're going to get right into the video. I'm going to go into investigate mode so you can see. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you know, anything, drop it down in the comments. I read every comment you guys say. Just make sure it's not inappropriate. That's just my only thing. I will read your comment. I will most likely reply, unless it's something like, hey, nice vid, and even then I'll probably still thumbs up or something. And you know, so as we get started, here we go. So I'm going to start with behind me there. We have two 960s Gembuck here, and they're pretty nice. They're males, which was also a little bit rare, but two different times here, so they were killed a day apart, but you know, just something a little different. As I move on to my left here, I have my very first diamond on Cartridge Clean. I killed this guy at, I think it was 250 yards with the new rifle. It was either the new rifle or the M1. Not M1. 30-06, my bad. So that was my very first diamond on Quattro. It was an Iberian Mouflon. It's not huge, but it's a pretty nice sheep. As I move to the other side, I just have another one here. 960. So this is a 960. This is a 958. I just have a little black book there. I have this intention that I'm going to put two diamond black bucks, so another one there. Then I'm going to do species of duck that goes around. Next up here, I have a legacy diamond red deer, and I'm grinding for the new True Rack one. And trust me, if I kill a diamond True Rack red deer, that will be a video, I promise. Along with that, I have a female piebald here just for the multi-mount, just making it look nice, you know. I think it does. I think it looks pretty nice there. As I move to the other side, as you saw in the beginning there, I have this might be one of my favorite mounts, and you know, I really appreciate how much time this took. So we'll start on this side. This is a gold 838 albino roe deer I killed on Hirschfelden, and you see it's not a monster, but it is a nice sized gold. As I move on here, you'll see a 90.4. This guy right here was killed on Cartridge Clean, and I will put a little clip of that guy in. Alright, and then we have our other one right here, a 992. This guy was killed within the first week of it opening, so pretty awesome that was. And as I move up here, here we go. So we have a 983 diamond Cape Buffalo. Now, a little story behind this: Cape Buffalo was the diamond I wanted for the longest time, and throughout my year of doing YouTube, this is the guy I've spent the most time grinding for. And when I eventually got him, I was ecstatic, and that's when I started like turning my mic off for videos, because I picked this guy up and I screamed. I was so happy. So, you know, it just goes to say there's a reason to some of the things I do, like turning off my mic, because you don't want to hear me scream in a video. But, you know, this was my dream diamond for a while, and then I finally got it, and then I got like 6 more after it. So, you know, I'm really happy with this guy. As I look to the left and right of the Cape Buffalo here, we have 2 more diamond springbuck, 995 and 996. As I look above that, 962 lesser kodo and another 963 lesser kodo. And then finally, I have to angle it a little weird so you can actually see it, but that is a 952 black buck. And some of you might wonder, okay, why is that at the top of your list? And if you look at the date or time, you'll see that it says 5/28/2019, and that was not only the first ever black buck I ever harvested, but it was also, this is a little weird, it was the first black buck I harvested, but it was also my very first diamond. So the very first black buck I ever killed was diamond. And I thought that was awesome. So let's move upstairs now. So you're going to see some legacy diamond water buffalo, 962, some Cape. These 2 are actually both grays too, which I think is kind of nice. And you can even see one was killed in 2020 here. I'm pretty sure I killed this guy. This was my first diamond with a pistol. I thought that was pretty cool, because I don't really use pistols in this game, nor shotguns. And, you know, to get a diamond with a pistol, I thought was pretty cool. And then, of course, another diamond legacy rack water buffalo. This guy right here actually has a story to it as well. This is a gray male diamond Camus buck, and this was an animal that broke a curse, which I call it. If you look back at some of my earlier videos, I always talk about, you know, there's one map that I don't have a diamond on, and that is Virunga. Like, it was to a point where I had more diamonds on Hirschfelden than I did Virunga. I didn't have a single one. And, so I finally was able to get this guy. I got him, and I killed him. I was pretty happy about it, too, because it broke the curse that I called it. And, I mean, after I killed this guy, I mean, it just exploded. Like, I got so many diamonds within about the week of this, including some springbuck you'll see later on. A 961 Cape Buffalo. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I just shot that guy with a 300. And then we have a 994 gray female diamond here, which I want to replace for a male, because then it would be symmetrical, not straight horn and, you know, the V, but it'll do for now. How's it go right here? 951 diamond lesser kodo, 958, and finally one of the newer guys, which I'm just going to move over to here so you can see it a little better, a new water buffalo diamond. So now we're here in our next room. This is Layton Lakes, and this map I have spent quite a lot of time grinding, because if you see one of the animals that's in this room, I have spent so much time looking for. So let's dig in right here. First off, we'll start with this guy. This guy is actually pretty significant to me, because this is my first diamond I ever got on video, and I spazzed out on the video. You can see 6/4/2019, so June 4th, and you know, I freaked out when I got this guy, because I had started doing Call the Wild videos and I was pretty excited, and you know, I kept going, and I was like, okay, this was to the point where I was first starting to understand, like, okay, this is a diamond, this is how you find it, ethical weapons, that kind of stuff, not just, okay, can I get a different gun to shoot with? And this guy came out, I think it was like 160 yards, and I put a bullet in him and he dropped, and I was really happy. As I move on here, one little thing I gotta say, I have tons of diamond blacktail. There's what I actually called it a curse because of the amount of diamond blacktails that I have, and a lot of them are really big. So I'll get into that here. 999, a 997, and a 987 mallard. And we're gonna skip that guy right there for a second. 965, 1000, 956. It's not gonna show that guy. Another 1000 and a 968. But as you guys saw, I skipped one animal, and it's this guy. This guy, I can't even explain how long I spent looking for him. I mean, it's so odd, but I spent so long looking for a diamond whitetail. And I mean, that's the animal I hunt in real life. I've killed 9, and I mean, I feel like whitetail's one of those animals that, like, I can understand, you know, in this game, but some of the things I don't like, some of the things I like, but I feel like this was such an awesome hunt. I got it in, I think it was like 30 yards with the bow, and I mean, I crushed it. It dropped right away. And the thing about this animal was it was about 2 pounds under the limit. So I think a diamond is like a 94, 95, and it was like a 93. And the only thing that saved it was a high trophy rating. So 957 diamond whitetail buck. What an awesome deer. As I move into the next slide here, another 1000. A blonde black bear. So you could call this a rare. I'm not really, because I know it's just a black bear. But this actually has some significance to it. This was the first diamond I ever killed with a bow. So I got this guy up to about, I think it was 20 yards, and it was sitting behind some thick brush, and it stood up. And I had to take a shot with it on the bow, and you have to remember, there was no like range finding sight or nothing. It was the 3 pin sight, and I put it right on its lungs, shot, and it gave a growl and died. And then I have another 1000. So that actually, here, let me say. So pretty much to sum this up, this was my first diamond with a bow. As I move on with diamonds with a bow, this was one, I only have 2 diamond elk. This guy I killed with a bow at about 25-ish meters, and I'm pretty sure I was using the pin sight. And I was actually a little nervous because I thought that I made a bad shot on it. I actually made a perfect double lung shot, but it wasn't dropping that fast, and I was afraid that I wasn't going to get full quick kill on it. That was still a thing. And long story short, I did. I got everything on it, and it was a 968. I really liked that hunt. As I move on, another 1000. A 957. This is like my 4th video on my channel, a diamond, a black bear. And it's weird because I have 2 diamond black bear, but neither of them are actually fur type black. I have a brown and a blonde. So I thought that was a little funny. And you can see how close this was. Look, 6/9 2019, 6/25 2019. So only about a half a month from each other. And then here's one of the newer additions to my launch. This is a 307.5 diamond moose. He's awesome. I really like the way he looks, and he got these huge paddles, and I think where he's located also helps to understand how big it actually is comparing to like the fireplace and also the couch. You know, I actually really like the way that looks there. And then finally, the final guy, well, there's 2. You have a 986 mallard and the 950 Roosevelt elk here. Now, this guy also has a story. He was shot on a mission, but I am going to count this one specifically. You can do it too. So what you can do, you go into the missions and you complete all you can for Roosevelt elk. Now, you'll get to a point where it's going to say harvest a Roosevelt elk from a tower 150 meters away. It'll be a level 5 and you'll have a chance to get diamond. I did not know this until I put my sights on the animal, and I was like, oh wow, that's kind of big. So I pulled out my binoculars and found out it was a level 5. and I didn't record it because at the time I didn't feel like it's an actual diamond, which most animals from the missions I don't. But this guy is unlike the others. I absolutely love it, and this is actually a legacy rack diamond elk, and if you harvest him today, he will still be a legacy rack. So I absolutely love that that's still in the game, and I'm very happy to get that. We're going to get into that. So this is Cartridge Clean, and to start we have a 966 Iberian Mouflon. Not my biggest, but you know, it's still nice. We'll start with the Basidi Ibex here. One thing a little weird about this, I got it on video and I got me killing it, but back in December I did something dumb. I was messing with some footage, which I have to clean it out every once in a while, or else I'll get really confused on like which is good footage and which is not. And I was cleaning it out and I accidentally deleted everything. Like every clip that I ever had in 2019 is now gone. So I was a little stuck there on that, but you know, I did kill one, and it is a 963. So I was pretty happy with it, but I am a little upset that I deleted it by accident. Now, something a little weird is our next animal. So we have a European hare here, 966 female. She was a level 3, and this is my most viewed video on my channel, which also, if you want to check, I'm putting a lot of these animals down in the description. I'll say it again at the end of the video just in case you forgot, but there will be a lot of links in the description about the different hunts that I have and some of the diamonds. But this is my most viewed video, with about 15 views away from being 1,000 views. That would be my first video ever to hit that. Next we have an Iberian wolf. I took a really risky shot on him. If I have the footage, I'll play it. And if you didn't see anything, I don't have it. So 950 here. He was running off and I took a shot, and it was very risky. I feel like I shot too far forward, and I really did. I really shouldn't have hit lung, but God was looking and he let me get it, so I thought that was nice. Now to the final point here, we have a 976 Iberian Mouflon. This is my biggest one so far. Nice level 5 male, just dropped him in his tracks. Phantasma, which is this guy right here, he's pretty much Phantasma is like a leucistic wolf. It's not albino because you can see on things like its nose it's black and its paws are also black, meaning that it's not albino because its pigment is still there. So you could call it a white wolf, you could call it leucistic, whatever you want. So that's Phantasma. Next we have a 993 Iberian wolf. I shot this guy, I think it was 1 week after the Cartridge Clean came out, and the only reason I actually found this wolf was I was walking around picking up tracks when the Zagged tactics came out, or you know, when people figured out what they were, and I was just running around picking up tracks, and I found a track that read 50 kg. It was a one weight number, and I was so excited to get on it. And finally, Sombra. This is another missions animal along with the Phantasma. They're both missions animals, and it's a 965. And yeah, those were really cool. But this is one of my favorite mounts that I have in here, along with some others like the Huddle Row. And you know, I just really like it. Here is our next place. We have Yukon Valley. Now, Yukon Valley, I don't have many trophies in it, but the ones that I do, I've wanted for a while. So let's start off right here. On the side, we have a wolf, a 986. I spent about 4 hours tracking this guy in real life, and I finally found a resting zone, got on it, and shot it with the 30-06 that had just came out at the time, and I mean, I nailed him. It was nice. Actually, I could have shot it with the 7mm. I don't really remember, but it'll be in the description. Next, we have a caribou, a 407.4. And this is one of my newer animals, a 968 moose. Now there's a story behind this. This guy is really cool because he was shot on opening day of Yukon for PlayStation 4, which is what I play on, and he was weird because the wind was blowing really bad and I was going to go for a brain shot and my breath was about to run out, so I just went for heart. It was alert. I shot it and it dropped. I had to go out. I killed a few wolves to get some consecutive because that was still a thing, and I got him. And I mean, he was a nice wolf, but this is a legacy diamond moose. Pretty hard to find now, but I thought this was awesome. Next, we'll move on. We have a few harlequin ducks here, and I'm trying to find something like a grizzly to go here or something, or maybe just another caribou, something like that. And then finally, my favorite diamond in this room, a diamond plains bison. And I have to say, kudos to somebody we call American. He found this guy, got me on him, and let me kill him. And let me tell you, I was so happy about this. It's amazing. And, you know, I absolutely love this animal. I've wanted one for a while. In fact, about a month after this map came out, I killed a level 5 plains bison, and as you guys might have known if you saw the video, it was a 947, which I was pretty upset about, but you can't really fix that. But this guy would have been way over that. He's a monster, I mean monster plains bison, and I'm so happy to finally have one. Our next room we have here is Parque Fernando. This is the only room I have in the entire lodge that is completely filled. So we'll start from the right going left this time. A 974 level 5 black buck. That's the biggest guy I have so far. Some of my newer stuff, I have cinnamon teal, some more stuff here, just some more cinnamon teals. I guess you can call it a rare. It's not really, because I mean they're all red, but like for example, cinnamon teal, this fur type's common. This one says red, so you can call it that. We have a 955 dark axis deer. This one I consider more of a rare though, because it's not that it's a dark diamond, it's that how big it is, and it's a dark diamond. So it's a 955. A legacy rack diamond water buffalo. So I come over here, 955, 977, a 1000. This guy actually has a story behind him. This was the first diamond axis deer I ever actually killed, and it just so happened that he was also a 1000 scoring. It was the very first 1000 and very first diamond axis deer, so I feel like I got really lucky on that. So a few more cinnamon teals. A blonde 965. So this was the first diamond I actually killed with the 30-06. I killed this guy, and then I killed a black buck. I think it was actually that guy, or no, I remember because they were the same score. So it was this guy, and then it was this guy. I killed this guy with the 30-06, and this guy with the air rifle. And then we have a 969 axis deer, and another 977 mule deer. As we move over here, we got some new stuff, so just 4.6, a 4.7, a 957, 957, and then a diamond puma 955, and then a new true rack water buffalo here. But there's three more animals in here that I got slain. So one thing that happened was I searched for a puma for a long time, and eventually whenever I found a diamond puma, I was pretty happy, because during the time I can say it was about a 1-to-10 ratio for level 9s that made diamond to not. So out of 10 level 9s that I've found, one of them was diamond. And that's about how it was too, because I killed a lot of level 9s before I got this guy. But he's a 961, and I put him with one of the cool mounts that I found, and it's the collision, and I got an 849 blacktail gold, and he's a piebald, and I really like this mount. And the final thing I have to explain is this duck. I hastily went over it, but this guy has so much about it. So not only is he a monster at 996, but this guy actually has a lot more to it than a lot of people might think. So this duck right here, if I go into my codex and do hunting profile, you'll see my diamonds say 129. Now you might ask, and some of you might have caught on to this, what is your 100th diamond then? And some of you might have saw the video already, but it's this little duck, and I mean, it's not too little because it's a 996, but I had meant for it to be a bigger animal, like a water buffalo or red deer diamond, something like that, but I ended up just getting a cinnamon teal, not really thinking about it, and I'm kind of happy I did because it's a monster. It's only 4 points away from being a 1000. Alright, so here is our next room. This is Verna Savannah. Now, out of all the maps that I have on my game, this is the map I've grinded the most. Remember in the beginning I was talking about the Cape Buffalo, and then other animals like the Springbuck, which I said you'd see later. I've spent so much time on this map, and I still have diamonds that I still haven't found. I need 3. I need a Sight Stripe Jackal, a Warthog, and then a lion. That's the one. I've been searching for a lion and a warthog for a while. Sight Stripe Jackal, that's going to be really annoying to try to find, but I'm going to keep looking. So, let's get started. Start right off the bat. I have a pretty good luck with Springbuck on my map, like I had said earlier, and so this guy's a 1000, and I'm pretty sure I have another 1000 in there too. So this is a 1000. This is another 1000. This guy was a level 4. I don't even think I was recording, but I picked it up, and long story short, I wasn't really looking, and I saw 1000, and I was shocked. I didn't know that a level 4 could get that big, but it did. Next, we have a 947 wow, okay, 979. I can read 979. Lesser Kodo with a Dusky female here, and I really like this multi-mount because Dusky is probably my favorite variation for female, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, why don't you use the red brown, and it's because I don't like the way it looks. I don't like that it's purple. I mean, if it's red brown, it should be red brown, not purple. So there's that multi-mount. I feel like it's a pretty cool one. As we go in here, more diamond Springbucks, so 993, 973. I think this was actually my first diamond. It was either that guy, no, it was this guy. This guy's my very first diamond right here. Diamond Cape Buffalo, my very first diamond. I killed that with a 470 nitro at about 100 yards away, and I made a double lung heart shot on it. I mean, it was nuts, but through that little red dot sight, I got a perfect shot. But we have a 973 and then a 1000, so we have 2 1000s, one right there and one right there, which is absolutely mind-blowing. We have some more Lesser Kodo, so you can see right there just 2 new ones. So we have a 969, a 32.3, and then a 33.7, and then of course more Springbuck, because the other 5 was not enough. Some Blue Wildebeest, a 968. This was my very first one. I actually spent quite a lot of time doing this hunt too, and it wasn't really till about just now that I noticed how much time I actually spent looking for them. I mean, it had to be a good 2-3 months I searched for one of these guys. And then, so this guy was a level 5. And then I figured out the level 4s could make diamond, and that's what this guy is. So, yeah, there's that. And you can't forget about the little scrub hair here, 969, and I mean, I didn't track this guy too far. He pretty much ran to me, and I'm lagging a little bit, but it's alright. We have a 995 Blue Wildebeest here, and this is one of the biggest animals I've ever killed, and I was pretty happy about it too. So there's that. Let's just get into it. In the back here, 972. While board, this was the sausage mission, and I got this guy. It's a missions animal, but I'm still keeping it. Next, we have a 271.1 diamond fallow deer. This guy was sitting in a field. I'd spooked it off, and then Pretty much it had ran off into this little bit of thicket and turned broadside, and that video will be in the description. I mean, I put a hammering on it, and I thought that was a really cool hunt. And then over here we have the riskiest shot I've ever taken on an animal. Whenever this video is done, go down in the description and find this video. I promise you, you will not miss what's going on with this. So I was running through the woods and I thought this guy was a level 4. So I looked at it and I didn't spot it because I didn't have the spotting knowledge where you can spot animals with the scope, and I was using the 470. And I put the red dot sight up, and I'd been tracking it for a little bit, but I put the gun up to my shoulder and took a shot. Now the shot was very risky, and well, I didn't know. I thought it was a level 4. So it went from the back and it went in sort of something like this, and it came out right at the head here, right through the skull, but it never hit brain. It only hit spine, because spine shots were still a thing. So I got lucky, and it dropped right away, and I was like, okay, cool. I didn't even get a consecutive check on it, which was still a thing. And you can see the date on it, 6/9/2019, but I did not, you know, I didn't get a consecutive check. I wasn't trying to hit vitals, nothing. I hit it in the spine, and it dropped, and that's all I knew. So I turned on the camera when I started getting closer, because I was like, okay, this guy's pretty big. And little did I know, this guy's actually a diamond 965, and that was a really risky shot and a pretty cool hunt. Alright everybody, here's our final room, and inside there's not a lot, but I have a really rare animal in here. So we'll start off on the left here. We have 2 diamonds. So this is our albino mission diamond 995. He was pretty cool. You go into a cave and you kill this guy, and you know, I like that. I got to taxi him while I can, so I like that. And then a 982 red brown. This guy was also pretty cool hunt. Somebody was trying, sorry about my phone ringing, but somebody was trying to get him off of me. I was a multiplayer on my own map, and somebody was trying to take it from me, and long story short, I had to take a risky shot, and I shot it in the brain, and it dropped, and I got him, and it was a 982 red brown. And it's also kind of coincidental, because it's just like the black bears. They're called brown bears, but I don't have a brown bear diamond. I have a red brown and have an albino, so I thought that was a little coincidental yet again. Another diamond moose, shot on Medved, of course. And this is probably the rarest animal I have on my map. Not on my map, on my, what's it called? Trophy lodge. Yeah, that's words. This right here is a legacy diamond reindeer. I killed one right before it, and the video on the thing is called Red Deer Revenge. And long story short, I went out, I shot a level 5. It was too little. It was a gold. And I was pretty bummed out, and I pretty much had gotten off for the night, went to bed, woke up the next morning, got on for a little bit, and it got a respawn. But this guy was the respawn, and I shot it, and that's where he is right now, 958. So that is probably the rarest animal that I have on my lodge here, but that is it. So, thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, drop them down below. Most videos will be in the description. If you have a question, I can tell you. I always read through them. I'll always answer. Unless it is inappropriate, just try not to do that, please. And thank you. And thank you guys for taking time and watching my video. Thank you for the subscribers, likes, views, everything. I'm so appreciative. This is my 1 year of YouTube summarized in a trophy lodge. Thank you all for watching. And with that, I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, y'all.